When we look at the archer's fingers, who are witnessing perhaps the greatest moment where the bow is released from the string, you see that different aspects of life are involved in a way where they are looking at the same thing but in different ways. When we find that inspiration asks you to walk, it is perhaps guiding you to who you really are. There is a path that will find you, because you will see the way you will become aware of it is through a memory that can never forget itself. When that memory finds you, you will see that the reason your mind can comfortably be in certain abstract frameworks is because your tolerance has come from a sense of confrontation of that resonance, let's say, that wavelength, that picture, that image. So in other words, sometimes in life there are moments you completely understand. Life gives you many things. So in other words, if you were to ask directions from someone and they couldn't speak English, but they knew some English words, you would see that those English words, oh, I totally understand what this guy's saying. But those words show you when to speak. You will find yourself drifting. You will find yourself feeling as if you're on the edge of a void, in the sense that your plans may not work, in the sense that your next step may be one in a puddle. However, you do not want to create a reality when you have not fully perceived the present reality. And how we know this is that to be really perceptive of present reality means to be immersed in it in a way where there can no longer be a thinker, but there is constantly a doer, an experiencer, and the object of experience have become, in a sense, one in their engagement. So in other words, imagine engaging someone in a way that it feels as if it's disengaged. So I will kind of say this in a very playful way. In ancient Persian literature, there's a poem where it communicates a certain imagery. And that imagery is that there is a certain archer. And this archer is about to shoot a bow. And the way the literary work is written is that it says, the archer began and set his arrow, in other words, aimed in a way and shot a bow at his opponent as if the opponent was never even born. So that's the poetry of the literary work. So this archer was such an archer that when the shot he did, he shot his enemy in a way that it was as if the enemy wasn't born. So what I mean is that there are ways we can suddenly look at life as if life was never designed in that way. So when we are moving and fluctuating in our awareness and identification of self, we are receiving moments of emptiness where there is an omnipresent sense of being. In those states of omnipresent sense of being, we receive a sense of inspiration where it's actually the layer underneath the inspiration. So what that means is that you are naturally motivated because a sense of knowing has entered you of what is real. And so when reality communicates with you in ways that you don't understand, the communication that you're getting or the communication that you're giving, all that can occur is what? A playful acceptance that the moment of recognition is one that will be presented properly on its own. We are working with the wisdom of the sage that let the tea brew. You navigate through life by recognizing that a gentle touch can create ripples of chaos where there was once an ordered pond, let's say, surface of water. The reason, guys, I use natural metaphors is that I want you to see that nature has a lot of intelligence it can share with you, in the sense that once you observe nature, you get a greater understanding of the nature of being. So self-awareness is, in a sense, recognizing a sense of self-communication, because you see that because we are internally assumed to be originated, in other words, we can see that our externalities are part of a greater mind that belongs to that which is eternal through every temporal movement. You need to recognize that when you are caught between spectrums, when you don't know if something is real or not, it is only your awareness of the intensity of your experience that really gets rid of those knots, unties those knots in your sense of clarity. Because a sense of clarity can come in many ways, and so the way you're gifted is actually the way the fingers let go of the bow and the string. Know that in this life, when our complex ideas don't give us the results we want, we must respectfully learn from the simple. And so we see all those people we thought who were stupid, who didn't know what they were doing. There was a simplicity in their movement that was a comfortable navigation for them in this life. When you finish the terms, and in a sense, terminology becomes recognized as simply terminals of the same terminal, you simply look at the origin of awareness being at its most infinite peak through the individual that you are. Let your expression bloom. Let your mind expand on a natural flow of your own allowance to observe your existence in greater ways. What I am saying can only be helpful if you become aware that there is no sense of hurry, you're not lost, but your sense of being found comes from a requirement of your awareness to where your foundations are actually placed. Where are your foundations? And you recognize it is in terms, languages, but in a sense, images. In a sense, the memory you have now, in a sense, a moment in which is as real as it is not real. Twirl around yourself and give yourself the world, because you will recognize that the greatest treasure that could be revealed is the one that you forgot. Much blessings and namaste.